All right, guys, we are ready to get our headset on. So, everything laid out here. We are going to be running these 317 heads. These have been freshly surfaced. We also had a valve job done on them. And now we have our Brian Tooley 660 lift valve springs in here. Really nice and clean. We went ahead and put new seals in there, obviously, as well. Now we're going to be running these LS9 head gaskets. These are a 7-layer MLS head gasket. I believe this has a 4.10 bore spacing, which is perfect for what we need. And then we will be topping it off with a set of ARP head studs. Now, I went ahead, got everything laid out, inspected, make sure we're good. It's a good thing I did, because actually I found a nut that doesn't have any threads cut into it. Oh, this camera will focus in or not, perhaps, but there's nothing there. So reached out to Summit, they got us hooked up with a couple of spares, no big deal, we're ready to go. So let's get everything cleaned down one last time. And we'll be coming in here and getting our gasket set on. Okay, our dowels are in place. We got our gasket here. It says front, make sure that actually goes to the front or you'll be doing this again. Get this thing all set in place, just like that. You're good. Okay, like so. Nice and flat. You'll hear everything kind of like sloop down. Okay. All right, go ahead and put these in place. Now on 04 and up, all these studs are the same size. The earlier ones, this one here and this one here will be longer. But since our block is an 04, we don't have to worry about that. One short. Now these just go down finger tight. Don't be cranking them down with the wrench. We're going to use something to help us twist it, obviously. I'll go ahead and these will get backed off a little bit. We'll come back through. Before we put our nuts on, we'll back those off and redo them finger tight. They recommend running a tap through there to get anything else out, but we didn't because, I don't know, no explanation. I probably should have done it. I figured since we sent it to the machine shop, they would take care of that, but, you know, that's what you get for assuming. Not the end of the world. Just bottom them out, then just back them off a little bit, just like 1/32 of a turn. Just like that. Or you can just snug them down, don't matter. What do I know? Okay. Got my knee backed off a little bit. Yeah. Okay, perfect. It's a bit of a pain to get these ones on. Frick. Come on, damn it. Of course, it's the one that's the hardest to get to that wants to be a pain in the ass. Just gonna snug everything down real quick. Okay, we go up to 60. All right, we'll finish off at 90. All right, they come across the top. These go to 28. Give me a little extension for these fellas. And that's it. I said make sure you write or put the front towards the front of the engine. Very critical. Good, and plop on this head. Oops. That's weird. Oh. Okay, there we are. That is set. Get these set in place, same as before. Grab our little fellas, these set in place, easy peasy. La 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 la. Slowly coming together. Get these started a little bit. You just kind of go in with these things till you feel them bottom out. You don't need to torque the studs down. Ugh. Really need to get one of those speed wrenches. Just a little bit faster. Really hope there's a way to speed this up. Wish this camera had a time lapse, but it doesn't. So, stuff takes time. Okay. Like I said before, got the washers. They have to be brake cleaned, completely dry. And this stamped, stapled side has to be facing down. Okay. Now we're going to do a hot retorque after we get this thing in the car and get a heat cycle in it to be safe. That's it. We're all torqued down. Ready to move on to the next. Make sure you have this facing forward. Very important. You'll be doing this again. All right, hold up. We got a problem. He is correct. This head gasket has been mislabeled and is on backwards. See this tab here? It needs to be in front of cylinder number 3. Big thank you to Performance Transmissions for watching the head gasket video and brought that to my attention. Now this side is on correct. I went through my other footage I had and saw the coolant passages are in the back where they need to be. But let's go ahead and pop off this head and I'll show you guys what's going on. All right, the smoke is cleared after the whole head gasket debacle, so let's go over what happened. All right, guys, so here's the head gaskets. You see here it says front, front. Flip this one over, front stays in the front, which is correct. Flip this one over, front is now in the rear. So that's what kind of threw us off there. That's how we had it on there upside down. Now, the difference between the front and the rear, see the front has no coolant ports here. The rear has these 2 coolant ports. This allows coolant to flow through the head a little more efficiently. So if you had this thing on backwards, the coolant would not be flowing properly. Now we would not be mixing oil, we would not be losing combustion, so really wouldn't hurt anything like that. It'd just be these back cylinders would probably see a little bit more heat. Now, easy way to kind of prevent that, actually this will be, yeah, this is how they're gonna be on the engine. Here's the left side of the head. We'll make sure this tab is in front of cylinder number 3. On the passenger side, this tab is in front of cylinder number 2. Now, if you had it on backwards like we did, the tab would be in the back, which is incorrect. I take this off and flip it. Just something to be a little more cognizant of. You can't always go by the labelings. I mean, I guess this is kind of a thing going across the nation. I've been hearing more and more people having this issue. Now, we did get these from Michigan Motorsports. They apologized. They sent it out to us for a fresh set right away, even though we could have reused these. But, you know, this is not on them. It's just where they got them from. It's something that's happening to everybody. But, yep, that is what happened.